Hello guys, this will be a breakdown for the January 7th 8-game NBA slate. So looking at point guard today, we have Mike Conley, 7,500 for him in this pace-up spot against New Orleans. This is a really good spot for him. Just the matchup who we should see him being guarded out by Alfred Payton, probably some Drew Holiday too, but it's a significant pace-up spot for Mike Conley. There's a little bit of a blowout concern, but Conley is the main dude here on this team, and this is a terrific price for him. So definitely a play that you should consider. Next, De'Aaron Fox, 6.9K against Orlando. DJ Augustine is nothing to fear on defense. Fox, 6.9. He's been above 8K recently. So in this spot, we know that he has like 40, 50 point upside. He got a 70-point game, a triple-double against the Cleveland Cavs earlier on in the season. And so in this spot, 6.9 at home, again, Kings just play super fast. This is a terrific spot for Fox. Next, Eric Bledsoe, 5.9K. This is a good spot for Bledsoe, as Utah, we like to attack them with point guards, and Bledsoe, in the game that should stay close, the recent games, they have been blowouts. Bledsoe has only been able to reach 5x or a little bit less because of those blowouts. So his price actually decreased to 5.9. In this spot, we should be able to see him hit value, and I would expect actually for him to exceed value here, possibly be on a GPP winning team. I really like Bledsoe against Ricky Rubio defense, so terrific spot for him. Next, Spencer Dinwiddie, GPP. Only play for me. 5.8 just seems really cheap for Dinwiddie. Boston's a tough defense, but we know Dinwiddie's been pretty good this year, and D'Lo's been kind of like a home-only guy. So on the road, if this game does stay close, Dinwiddie's going to be a huge part of it. Next, Reggie Jackson, 4.7K. We attack San Antonio with point guards and centers. 4.7 for Reggie Jackson, the starting point guard without Ish Smith. He should see close to 30 minutes and possibly more. Being at home, Reggie Jackson shoots better, and just seems a little bit too cheap for him. He's been towards that mid 5Ks range, so a nice play for Jackson today. And then Dennis Smith Jr., 4.5. He's been playing really poorly lately, but this price and matchup just seems pretty nice. Lonzo Ball's the terrific defender, but Dennis Smith Jr., 4.5K only. It seems a little bit too cheap for me. And on top of that, Lakers are on a back-to-back. Next, JJ Barea, 4.1K. He will be playing this game. And if Dennis Smith Jr. is struggling, you want to go with Barea. Definitely a nice pivot off of him. I don't think either of these guys are going to be popular tomorrow. And we know Barea has 30-plus point upside in any matchup, really. And Barea should see, his usual 20-ish minutes, possibly more if he's playing well. So Barea, nice play. Nice money saver. Shooting guard, James Harden. I'm just going to be playing this guy a lot until Chris Paul is back. 12K against Denver, which is a solid defense now with Gary Harris and Paul Millsap expected to be back in the lineup today. James Harden, 12K, again, just his crazy usage. Has the most upside out of any player, really, on like any slate. Just, we can't ignore that. Next, Bogdanovich, just really too cheap. 5.3K in this spot. Orlando is a pretty slow team, but Bogdanovich on the Kings, one of the fastest paced teams in the league, and again, just a price decrease from last game, which is crazy. He's going to be at home, 5.3K. Fox, if you think he's still a bit banged up or something. Bogdanovich, definitely, ball handler. And he's actually going to be starting tomorrow again, as Iman Shumpert is going to be out. So he'll start at the small forward position. So definitely could pick up some extra minutes there. Next, Gary Harris, 5K. He should be back in the lineup tomorrow. He'll probably be guarding James Harden. So there's a little bit of foul trouble to worry about there. But again, on the other side, though, we have Gary Harris against James Harden defense, which is definitely something really nice. This game could be kind of high scoring. We know that both teams have played a little bit slow, but Denver, Houston, two terrific offenses. Gary Harris should be able to hit value with his low price tag, and with him being back in the lineup, we should expect him to see somewhere around 30 or plus minutes. Next, Reggie Bullock, only 3,700 here, and the Spurs do allow some 3-pointers against shooting guards, and Bullock at this price is insane for a guy who's going to start. He did have a great game last year. He took a lot of threes. Definitely is shooting dependent, but for GPPs, that's what you need. You need a guy that you definitely go out and really, put on a show, get your value, get your 7, 8x. And at this price, you definitely can do it. 3.7 only is pretty cheap for Bullock. Next, small forward. Luka Doncic, 7.7. Terrific matchup against the Lakers. Lakers on a back-to-back. We know how great he's been this year. 7.7 seems like a pretty nice price tag for Doncic in a terrific matchup, pace-up spot, and at home. And next, Joe Ingles, 4.9. He's a three-point shooter, and we know Milwaukee's been struggling against three-point shooters. That's just how their defensive scheme works. Ingles, he plays better at home, but in this spot, in a terrific matchup against a team that's going to allow a lot of three-point attempts, Ingles 4.9 only. He can also contribute in a lot of different ways, and possibly some more ball handling opportunities as Dante Exum is out. Raul Neto should see some minutes, but we can definitely see some ball handling for Joe Ingles here. Next, Lance Stephenson, 4K. I'll like him if Kuzma is out. If Kuzma is in, this is gonna be definitely a huge risk. But if Kuzma is out, if he misses Stevenson 4K, doesn't really matter to me that he's on a back-to-back here. If this blows out, he's gonna be in. If it doesn't, he's probably gonna be helping the Lakers keep this game close. 4K does a lot of things on the court. Pretty nice usage. Stevenson 4K, a really nice play. Next, I gotta mention Justin Jackson. I don't really want to chase, but Shumpert is going to miss, so Justin Jackson should see some pretty nice minutes here in a nice matchup. And then this is gonna be a play that I don't think anybody's gonna be on, but I think you should definitely take a look at Justin Holiday, 3.5K. This guy was in the 5Ks when he was on Chicago. He's just fitting with this Memphis team. New Orleans has been struggling all year against small forwards, and Justin Holiday, he plays small forward a lot, and he's going to be probably getting more minutes as he gets more just used to this Memphis offense. And Holiday, I think in a blowout, he is going to get run as he did last game. Holiday should see, I would say, around maybe 20 minutes or so, but Dylan Brooks, he's going to probably miss, and so is Javon Carter. So two bench guys that are going to miss. Justin Holiday is going to have a really nice usage for the second unit, and he probably can also get some nice run with the stars, as Memphis like to just kind of mix those stars and bench players. And 3.5K against the Pelicans is really nice, and especially if this game blows out, he's going to play close to 30 minutes probably. So nice GPP throw that is probably going to be under 3%, I'm going to say. Moving on to power forward, Aaron Gordon. Terrific matchup against the Kings, 6.7K. Definitely not a bad price tag at all. Has really nice upside, and usage too. Vucevic is in a terrific spot too, but he is pretty priced up here. This is a pace-up spot for Aaron Gordon. Gordon, I would say, can definitely get you at least 35, so over 5x, and he's one of my favorite players on this slate, so I'm going to have a lot of exposure to him just because of the matchup, how the Kings allow a lot of power forwards. Bjelica, he'll get you some blocks and steals, but as an overall defender, he's not that solid, and he's nowhere near as athletic as Aaron Gordon. Next, Paul Millsap. He should be starting, so I'll probably like him. That means we should also see probably him getting close to 30 minutes, 5.4K against Houston, undersized PJ Tucker if he's going to be guarding him. Just a nice play that you can definitely go to if you don't really want to pay up for Jokic, who has to battle with Capella. Next, Nemanja Bjelica, 4.8K. Same thing with all these other Kings. They play so fast, they're going to be at home. All the prices have somehow come down. Bjelica is going to get a lot of minutes with Marvin Bagley. He should be out. If Bagley's in, then Bjelica probably isn't going to be a play for me. But Bjelica's been playing really well lately. This is definitely a nice matchup again. Hopefully he doesn't get into foul trouble with Aaron Gordon's athleticism. But if he stays out of foul trouble, he should see 30 plus minutes for 0.8K, just too cheap. As long as, we don't see that crazy Dave Yeager pull the stars out in 5 minutes thing. But here, in a nice spot for the Kings, we should see Bjelica playing close to 30 minutes or more, and definitely exceeding value. And then next, Michael Beasley. All the way down here, if Kyle Kuzma is out, 3.2K only. He'll definitely get blowout run too, probably. And Beasley, just a guy that gets some nice usage, especially if Kuzma's going to be out. With this Lakers team that needs players to put the ball in the basket. Dallas, they're going to be at home. They do play pretty well, so even if this blows out, Beasley's going to get that run, and you know Beasley's upside as we've seen it in previous years. So nice Michael Beasley play in GPPs only though, and only if Kuzma is out. Centers, Andre Drummond, 8.1k. We've talked about Reggie Jackson. Same thing. You want to target the Spurs with centers and point guards. So Drummond, 8.1k just seems cheap. He's been underpriced the past 2 games. 8.1, only a $200 increase from last time's matchup against Utah. Terrific matchup against Drummond, or for Drummond against Aldridge. And Drummond's just a huge guy, way more athletic than Aldridge. As long as he stays out of foul trouble, 8.1k, we can see like a close to the 20 rebound game from Drummond here. 8.1, just pretty cheap, and he should be pretty low on too, since that opponent ranking is 5th, and just that red, people don't really want to gravitate towards that. So Drummond, nice play at only 8.1. Next, Marc Gasol, 7k. This is going to be a tough matchup, I would say, perceived by the public here. Gasol hasn't been playing the best, but again, huge pace-up spot for Marc Gasol, and 7k just seems pretty cheap for him and for the kind of player that he's been throughout his career. Next, DeAndre Jordan, 6.1k against the Lakers. He's going to be at home. Seems really nice for him. The matchup, McGee, Chandler, Zubac, Wagner, whoever it is, Jordan's going to definitely dominate them. Just crazy athletic, can get boards, and going to get a lot of block shots opportunities. Hasn't been the same guy defensively this year, but Jordan just here, 6.1k, just seems way too cheap for him. Next, Willie Cauley-Stein, 5.7k. Again, a price decrease, and he plays a lot better at home. He's going to be up against Nikola Vucevic, so this could be a foul trouble spot. But again, I don't really like to target or try to predict foul trouble. So Cauley-Stein, 5.7, too cheap at home against Vucevic, who is not as athletic as WCS. Next, Al Horford. If he's going to be on a minutes limit, then I'm probably going to look elsewhere to like a guy like Cauley-Stein or DeAndre. But if he's not on a minutes limit, this is just a smash spot for Al Horford against the Brooklyn Nets. We like to target them with centers, and Horford only 5.6k, even with Kyrie Irving back. Horford just does so many things for the Celtics team, contributed in multiple categories. I like Al Horford in a terrific matchup against the Nets. And then on the other side, Jarrett Allen, 5.5k. The Celtics haven't been that same team against just centers. They've struggled in years past with rebounding because they've been so small recently. And so Jarrett Allen, just definitely a guy who can rebound, get you a double-double, block some shots. Al Horford's just undersized, and Allen he has a nice size advantage. Definitely could be run off the court. We're not sure about his minutes, but Jarrett Allen, if he's able to get his minutes, this is a nice spot for Jarrett Allen as well. And so that's about it for center. There's not a whole lot of value down here, so I'm probably going to go for the mid-range here at center, or up to like a guy like Drummond at 8.1. So my favorite plays for this slate, I pretty much want to play James Harden, so I'm going to be building around him. You can definitely fade him in some lineups to get a different lineup construction. But Harden, one of my favorite guys, and then Aaron Gordon. And then for center, probably DeAndre for now, but definitely things will change as the day goes on. I could definitely pivot to a guy cheaper if I need that money, like WCS. And then Eric Bledsoe just has the best matchup for all these Bucks. Obviously, Giannis, the main guy, but Bledsoe has a really nice matchup against Rubio. And then I think Bjelica, just too cheap. And then Bogdanovic, too cheap. And then you can also go Fox too. I don't really mind if you want to go like 3 or even 4 stars with WCS along with Fox, Bjelica, and Bogdanovic. I just think they're all underpriced, so you can definitely do that. So for now, these are the guys that I like the most. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like it and please subscribe to the channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next breakdown. Bye.